In 3, 2, 1, welcome to the 10th podcast. Yeah,
We're at 10?
we're at 10. 10th podcast.
Can you hear me?
Probably. It doesn't matter. It's like we've been professional before. Am I recording? Yeah, I'm recording.
Hell yeah, I'm recording your voice. Are you recording my voice?
Levels are good. I can
hear
hear.
me.
Yes, sadly. Right now is Emmanuel's car in the background with law of traction. Look at that cutie car. Wow, look at that car too.
Speaking of Law of Traction, welcome to the 10th episode, as my co-host said, of the Law of Traction podcast. My name is Brian,
I am Daniel.
and here we are to talk about cars, discuss
And other random things.
whatever we want. Really, this is our podcast. You can't tell us shit. Yeah.
So, in today's episode, we have stuff. I'm
We have
reading the
stuff.
doc, and I don't even know what we're going to cover over because we kind of just threw it together like legit like 2 minutes ago.
We are going to freestyle it because we were both kind of busy yesterday.
Oh,
I was
yes.
busy yesterday. And, we're just going to see what's going on. We were supposed to have a guest, but our guest flaked on us.
And then I'm supposed to have another one, but he's busy doing stuff.
Mm-hmm. Or someone.
Whoa.
Wow.
Whoa.
But whatever it is.
And then now that's why you're stuck with the two of us who are. Cheers to that.
Amen, brother. Amen. So, yeah. Today's October 26th. It's a Monday. We're usually recording on a Sunday, but nah, it doesn't really matter to that.
Last time we recorded on a Wednesday, like 5 minutes before we publish, so it doesn't matter. What color should I do?
I don't know. Why don't we do, why don't you keep it blue? Keep it blue.
Like a royal blue? Whoa.
Ah, sure. Just do that. Yeah, work
No,
with that.
that's too blue.
Let's see, what should we start with?
I kind
What
of like the gold. Whoa. I like the gold. It's like a warm vibe. It's
Let's
cold
see.
outside, so I wanted some warm vibe.
I want to start with the Kith BMW M4.
Okay.
So, the reason I want to start with this is because I'm pretty sure you don't know exactly what Kith is.
I had
And,
to, no lie, I had to Google it.
Yeah, exactly, right? So, like, for the most part, the car community was, like, so butthurt. It's like, what is this Kith branding? It looks so stupid. I don't understand what it is.
Where is the link?
It's like the, raise your hand. It's like the third link.
Oh, car and driver.
Car and driver, yes, sir.
Car and driver. Let
So,
me get
for
a
those
tab.
of you guys that don't know, Kith is it's a lifestyle brand. They make streetwear. They're
Very
like kinda-
popular with the like foreign exchange student community, if I'm not mistaken.
No. They go richer. Kith is more like it's a very straight streetwear style. It's based in, I think, New York. It's owned by Ronnie Feig. And so, Ronnie Feig, I think his backstory with the whole, brand is that he started it, and then, well, I guess when he was younger, his father had a BMW, like an E30 or something.
Okay.
Yeah, his grandfather. So his grandfather, kind of like, powered his passion for BMW, and now that he has his platform with Kith, he was able to get his own collaboration, which is honestly really cool.
I like that logo. That's really clean.
Yeah, definitely.
It's kind of like a BMW Heritage Motorsport logo, but like a little bit simpler. It's still the old logo. It's not the new. I want to say material design, but that's like Google.
Yeah, the flat logo, the flat
Yeah.
transparent one.
So
So I like the hood emblem too. But in terms of like what they did with the interior, I like the seat colors. I like how they did that like special M color pattern.
it's not M. To me, that reminds me of a Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, I can kind of see that too, honestly. I like the headrest, but I don't like the emblem. I think that weird hybrid emblem with the tricolor M stripes and the Kith branding looks stupid, but I do like the Kith box logo.
It looks very Louis Vuitton.
Yeah, I can see that.
The just the generic checkerboard pattern.
Yeah, the checkerboard pattern. I kind of get that. I kind of get those vibes. Overall, what is this retailing for? $110,000, $245.
No, I'm
So,
good.
That's a lot. This is actually kind of
base. How much is the base one starting for? Like 80, I think.
something like that. So we'll say 80.
I haven't.
Wait, base or base competition?
Yes,
Base competition. Okay.
they're about the same.
What? Really?
I actually don't know how much
Dude, there's no way that they would make a slower six-speed M3 that's the same price as the competition.
Well, no, the
M4.
competition is like 6 grand more.
Okay, so let's say for the sake of argument, it's like starts at 72 and then it goes for like 78 or maybe more. But I'm not really too concerned about the details of that. I think it's just kind of funny that they created a car with hype, like a hype beast car, if you'd say.
Business Insider, M3 and M4 2021 launching 69.9, and M3 M4 comp I'm guessing is 71.8.
71.8. So that's 110. That's like a $40,000 increase.
Yeah,
For a one of 150 model. No performance upgrades.
For a black car with extra M color stuff.
Yeah. I think it's
well, that is streetwear fashion for you already.
that is
it's
exactly
kind of
it's
just
a markup.
is markup just to say it's very. That's what it is. It's very
It's just collector item.
That's what it is. Limited production.
Limited production. And I mean, this car wasn't for the car enthusiasts. It's for the Kith enthusiasts.
Which is gonna be the foreign exchange students that want their BMW but don't want just a BMW.
Yeah. I agree.
They want
although,
to slap their Supreme stickers also on it and just like dual represent
They
it.
wouldn't do that.
Yeah,
They wouldn't put a Supreme sticker on a Kith M4. They probably put a Kith sticker on it.
no, they also throw Supreme on there.
Yeah, but I mean,
I've seen some interesting cars before.
but most of the people that throw Supreme stickers on things are just broke. Let's be real here.
With his M4,
I mean,
with his Tron lined M4, and his buddy's Tron lined Maserati Quattroporte.
You know, honestly, I'm not gonna put anything past anybody nowadays.
Yeah.
Anyone can do it. But overall, this is the first like actual collaboration that BMW has done. I know it's kind of like a proxy, but Supreme released a Hot Wheels car that was E30 M3 in Supreme Red, with the Supreme box logo on the side of the stamped on the side of it.
I vaguely remember that.
It was pretty cool. And there's one guy actually found a red E30 M3 in real life and put the vinyl on the side of it and pulled it up to the front of the store when they dropped that product, which is pretty cool. So I'll give Supreme that credit. I think that was kind of cool when they did that. Would I buy a Kith M4 if I had the chance to get one of 150? Probably not. I'd probably just wait till one of these get crashed and then try to get seats out of it and the interior bits. Because there's no, aside from that, there's like nothing. I mean, I'm looking at it right now. There's nothing too special. I don't like the roof. I don't like that giant branding.
Yeah.
The color frozen.
It's frozen.
It looks frozen to me.
If not, it's probably like black sapphire. So basically, my car.
No, it's definitely frozen. I'm looking at it right now. So it's got a couple of carbon pieces to it. It's still the M4 comp, so you're just gonna get that. It's got, you know, I like the armrest. I like those subtle touches. I feel like this could have been, if it wasn't Kith, like if it was some other like, you know, not streetwear, but some other kind of, you know, clothing focused brand, they could have easily done like a package, like a luxury package just based on that. Kind of the same way, I guess Eddie Bauer Expedition, but you know, but.
So wait, are these gonna be sold through BMW like dealerships, or are they gonna be custom ordered?
They're already sold out. So they were available on BMW USA.
Okay.
Their launch day, and they all sold out pretty quick. So all the allocations have been taken, but if someone obviously doesn't go through with it, they'll probably be available again.
So they're basically kind of gonna be, I don't want to say Alpina, but kind of Alpina.
It's not. I wouldn't even put it as Alpina because it's literally just got a couple more.
It's just aesthetic mods.
It's just mostly aesthetic mods. It's got a couple of performance parts like the rear deck lid spoiler.
Yeah.
And then just the custom seats and you know that. Really, it's cool. I do like what they did with the old E30 and they put the new seats in, and they did that Kith branding. But I'm pretty sure that's a one-off car just for Ronnie Feig.
Yeah, because I doubt BMW is gonna
bring back an E30.
Build another E30. Well, they did. I remember I read an article once where they had a I forgot what they're called, body on whites, E30 chassis somewhere, and they like restored it to make another one at like their South Africa factory or something like that.
Yeah. Um, I do think that this opens up some big doors for future brands to do collaborations. I do think that BMW is one of the few that would actually do a collaboration like this on this
I'm
level.
honestly surprised BMW would. I could see the likes of like Mercedes more likely to do it.
Mercedes probably do. I don't know. I don't know
They're
about
a
that.
bigger company because they're Daimler.
Yeah, they are. But I also feel like BMW typically they can market themselves to typically a younger demographic, right? Wouldn't you agree? Like Mercedes has their young people cars, but
Not anymore. I can see. I see
really?
them trying to mature up. That's why our the X line is so vast, all the way from X1 to X7, if not even X8. I'm thinking possibly.
Yeah, or whatever they come up with next.
The sedan line is kind of, I don't want to say watered down, but it's not. I don't think it's their 100% main focus.
Well, yeah. Honestly, I'm not surprised either because what sells better, and that's what they're gonna care about
Yeah.
more.
At least in the United States. I don't know how it is in the European market. I don't know how it is in the Asian market or the African market or Australian market, if they even have an Australian market.
They do, but it's just smaller.
Not as popular.
Yeah, of
It's
course. I would
they're
compare
very
the Australian
focused on
market to like the UK market.
yeah, very large land, limited people, kind of like
Yeah,
Canada.
exactly. But yeah, I'm not surprised that BMW did this. Porsche has their like there's all these luxury brands that are like there's like Casino Lamborghini, there's Porsche Design, Mercedes and BMW both have their motorsport lines of Puma, but Puma's obviously a much more accessible brand compared to
I forgot about that.
yeah no but that's mostly just as like an aesthetic clothing thing.
Well,
I think
is that a partner or is that a sponsor?
I think it's a sponsor actually. Yeah,
Yeah.
it might be a sponsor, but I mean.
'Cause
Yeah,
I-
it's definitely a sponsor.
when BMW like raced,
The race team is
heavily-
decked out in Puma
yeah,
for the most part. Yeah. Same with Mercedes AMG.
AMG
Red-
Petronas, which what's their like clothing people?
Petronas. I think it's just
No, Petronas is their fuel.
F1 team, right?
It's that's their fuel kind of.
Oh, no, it's their F1 team.
Yeah.
AMG Petronas. Okay, yeah, but
Well, yeah, I know it's actually one team, but what is Petronas, or what's their clothing sponsor?
honestly, I think they just produce their own clothing at this point. It depends. It depends, like because let's see, because obviously like Fanatics and whoever owns Fanatics has a stake in every major sport, so they have their own clothing line with it too. Now it looks like there's a Tommy Hilfiger on there, but they might not be actual. They might just be like money sponsors, just to get their logo on there, right? But either way, I mean, sponsorship or not, partnership or not, I would have liked this Kith package more if it wasn't a one of 150 release. But yeah, or if they did like a special, if they instead of doing these like 1 of 150, if they offered a limited amount of those Kith and performance parts.
Mm-hmm.
It'd be a great way to expand the partnership if they want to do that.
Formula One F1 Store 4.formula1.com. It looks like Tommy Hilfiger is one of their like clothing sponsors.
Yeah. And again, Puma can create clothing as if they own or if they license stuff. It might just be licensed products.
Yeah.
Licensed product made by Puma. That might be all it is, at least for that. But did you check out the clothing line for BMW and Kith?
Oh, they have a clothing line too?
They do, yeah, because it's like you scratch my back, I scratch yours. So they did clothing. Some of it was kind of clean. I think most of it actually sold out by now.
I don't
all of it
see
sold
how
out.
expensive this stuff is.
It is very expensive. It is within the realm of stuff that you would buy, but
What?
it's some of it, yeah. I mean,
Shop
they're
the
like
collection. Wow, sold out everything.
but for a
You
lot of
can
it-
buy the car on their website. That's amazing.
Oh yeah, oh, I think that yeah. I think just put that on there to say it's sold out. For the most part, because I don't like the Kith branding on the BMW Roundel.
I like the sweater.
I like a few of the sweaters and the
The
hoodies.
red E30 sweater.
For 160,
For 235. Aha! I will rather go on something else. What's this card case?
the card case was cool. Looking at that, honestly,
Can you stop it?
like I was on the site right when the stuff dropped, and a lot of it was still available for like a good hour, which is very rare. But I just can't think of spending 150 bucks on a crew neck or like 65, 70 bucks on one t-shirt.
Yeah, I would rather just go onto like Redbubble or something.
Yeah, I'd either Redbubble it or just go to work and pick the t-shirt there. But yeah.
Mug. Ooh, I kind of like that
Dude,
mug.
a lanyard is 45 bucks. I like how we're just shopping right now. We're not even really podcasting. It's content though.
I kind of like that mug, but I want it to be BMW and not Kith.
Yeah, and honestly, this is supposed to be a limited release, so
Yeah.
this is all they're gonna do. Of course, we'll see what BMW does next.
I'm looking for that card case. I had a card case, but I kind of lost it. I can't find it again, but I really wanted to see it.
I'm very surprised Supreme didn't do something like this first. I feel like Kith really wanted to do this one just because they would be the first to do a car.
I like that card case, but again, I don't want Kith. I want BMW, but that's super clean.
Yeah, I agree. But again, where do you think this goes? Do you think this introduces like a new? Do you think Louis Vuitton would ever do a line with Rolls Royce or something? That would be cool. To see like a big fashion house like that to do a collaboration with a luxury brand.
See them team up with Rolls Royce, but I seriously doubt they would.
They wouldn't do clothing. They would do like a luggage line.
That's exactly what I was thinking. Luggage that matches the interior of your Rolls.
Yeah, that would be actually
maybe because I know on Rolls Royces now they have their I think they're like the shadow boxes or whatever they have it on their in their like dashes.
Yeah,
they might do like a special design of something in there, like the LV logo with the pattern in the background. I could see them do something along the lines of that, but not like a full-on car.
Yeah, not a full-on car, but maybe even an interior option.
Well, Rolls-Royce already are so
customizable. Honestly, if you bought enough Louis Vuitton canvas, they could probably put in their seats.
Yeah. And you could probably even ask them, and they might be able to source it for you, like for all we know.
I also think that Rolls-Royce is one of those companies that is so focused on doing everything in-house, they wouldn't want to introduce another brand and have to worry about other collaborators. They could just source the materials and do it all themselves.
So would like Bentley do it?
I think Bentley has them. I mean, I'm not shaming Bentley.
I want to say they're more no, I think they're more sport oriented. Bentley has the money because they're backed by by Volkswagen, so they have.
But why would Volkswagen want to put so much money in such a niche community?
Bugatti.
Oh, right. But Bugatti's a performance division, right?
I want to say Bentley is performance too.
Yeah, but they're not like. I mean, when I think of that, I think like the first thing I think of is Rolls Royce. Double R is like the biggest one to me.
That's the luxury.
Yeah. Yeah, you might have a point. I don't know. I could see. It's just hard to think of like Supreme, Kith.
Maybe Aston.
Aston good. Probably the British startup or something, like a British fashion house. Like maybe Burberry French. I think Burberry's French. I think I don't know honestly. Oh no, Burberry's British. Okay, I was right. Yeah, I was thinking. So they could do something with Burberry. I feel like Burberry might even have a car collab.
Or Range Rover Jaguar.
Yeah, maybe. But again, they could be different.
No, they have Overfinch, which is that's more of a tuning company, not a fashion company.
Oh yeah.
But
either way, let's what else we got? Want to talk about the wide body, or whatever? Or is that just a render?
I think it's a render, but it is. I would say my absolute favorite mock-up of someone trying to make this car look better.
Yeah, mine too.
I've
I
seen
think
other renders, and this one's by far my favorite. Other renders almost seem to make it worse.
those kidneys are sick. I like how they kind of invert or like go in.
Yeah,
Although honestly, after seeing your Snapchats of the new 4 series in person, I really think that pictures don't do it justice.
yeah, it doesn't do it. Like in person, it looks really good. It like on the new 4, it has like a front lip almost like kicks out at the bottom. Um,
I saw that.
and it's a really clean car. I really like the setup that they've done. Um,
That's one of those cars I wouldn't really touch aesthetically in the front, honestly. I feel like it looks good on its own.
and
I'm surprised in saying that. I didn't like the 4 at first.
where is my tab? Boop. So like this is the car up front. People, you can't see it, but everyone else
That's
can.
fine. I know.
So at work today, I had to make the dealership look a little bit more presentable. So I lined up all of our models on the front of the dealership that we have on a lot at the moment. So I put the 2 series, the 3 series, the 4 series, the 5 series, and the 7 series next to each other, and it's big, but it's not striking.
Does it fit in?
It does kind of fit in. It stands out, but it fits in with the line.
It might just stand out to you because you see it's like the first time seeing it. But I feel like in like a couple weeks after you get used to seeing it every day, you're like, okay, it's that one.
Yeah. Like even the 7 series, I'm still not a huge fan of how big it is. I kind of miss the old one, which was a little bit smaller.
Yeah, same.
I think they made it a little too tall. If they had cut it back and
You talking
had
about the
it
4 or the 7?
the 7,
Oh, okay.
it would have been fine. But on that 4 series, the proportions are all perfect. Like it's tall, but it's narrow. The other one,
Yeah.
it just seems overly big just to be big. Like even on the X7, like it's big, but it fits the car.
See, the one thing about these M4s and M3, the M4 especially, I just can't imagine seeing this car on a track. If that makes sense to you.
As
It
in
looks
what?
it looks like a street car. Like even though the track mods on it, it just looks like a street car.
Okay. So yeah, this is the 4 series. Let's see if I have a different angle. Yeah, it's kind of like a flat front, and it has like that really. It's a big front lip. It's like 3 or 4 inches, like built.
Out?
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
like
So it's pronounced.
It's big.
It's got a butt chin.
Yeah, it's not that. It's nice though.
Okay.
Like-
I'll see it in person. I'll have to come by and see it sometime.
In person, like it's not. It's a very love it or hate it. I
Is it worth
wouldn't
the
say
markup?
I wouldn't say I love it, but I don't hate it.
It's like I can understand the buyer that would want something a little bit different and looks a little bit
Yeah.
cooler.
And there's bigger grills out there from the likes of Audi
Lexus.
and Lexus. Yeah.
yeah.
It's just
BMW doing it is like why?
Yeah.
You know.
just passing a what was it or early 2000s 5 series. Their grills are tiny. Like their 2 grills are the size can fit into the single grill on my 3 series.
Yeah, exactly.
It's just that's going with the time, the styling. That one, it's big. It's not overly big, but it fits the look of that car on that rendering. I could very much see an aftermarket company doing something like that one, and I can see it selling decent.
Like doing a new bumper and grill setup.
Yes.
See, I think it could do pretty well, but I feel like there's gonna be a lot of really bad ones before you get a good one.
Oh yeah, and I've seen some bad ones. Like
Now,
people
again,
have done
are
some.
these renders or are these like
100% renders. 100% renders. The car's not even out yet.
Yeah.
But I have seen renders of people trying to like, what would it look like if it did that, and they're pretty terrible.
Well, I mean, yeah, but that's trial and error, and honestly, I think the best way to do something like this, where it's a very crowd-based opinion,
Yeah.
like everyone had an opinion on what the M3 and M4 should have looked like. So the best way to do is throw it up on social media. How does render look? If everyone says it looks terrible, I scrap that idea and make a new one. It's better than doing what BMW did and just, okay, this is gonna be the idea, I'm gonna do it. Or this is gonna be the idea I choose. This is how I'm gonna do it.
Yeah.
And I mean, I'm not saying that, you know, designers who are paid to design and who come up with these cool ideas should listen to whatever the community wants, because half the time the car community is just toxic and stupid.
Yeah.
But you know, it is what it is. Yeah, I mean, I feel like every episode we always talk about the styling, and again, I think after seeing it, even though in your photos, now I appreciate it more.
Yeah.
And we'll just have to see where it goes from here. You know, do you think it'll sell more than the 3? I don't think so.
Honestly, I don't know, because I know people got the last gen M4 because it looked
Bigger,
more aggressive than the M3, but I would rather get the M3 because I kind of like the practicality of sedan still. And I know people like coupes for some reason because they're a little bit stiffer. That was not too bad either.
Because everyone starts listening to rap music and was like, I want to ride in a space coupe.
Yeah, no, I like sedan. I like the practicality that a sedan has to offer. So I would probably get an M3 over an M4, but currently, I don't know what it is. I'm thinking I'm just an old person already. I would much rather have an M5 than an M3.
Yeah, I think I got some M3 years in me before I go to an M5. I definitely feel like it.
I'm already done. Like I would rather have the comfort and the quietness and the refinement of an M5, but still I could blow your doors off in your M3 while having a bigger car.
Yeah, I mean, I kind of get that, but also you got to kind of think about it, like, you know, and where we both are. Like right now, you already have a 3 Series, right?
Yeah.
So an M3 to you would literally just be a couple more interior mods and then a bigger engine up front.
Yeah.
And you'd be like, okay, well, this is just faster than my current car.
Yeah.
But an M5 is a whole different experience.
Yes.
So I feel like you want to experience. For me, I'm like, dude, if I get into like an E46 ZHP, I'm like, yeah, this is speed.
Yeah, I don't know. To me, I've always liked bigger cars. Like I'm still working on my Expedition. Like I drove it the first time in like a week, and I just miss driving the bigger car. It's fun, especially the V8 noise. Just like hearing the induction, hearing the exhaust. Like,
would you track an M5 though, or would you track an M3?
I would track an M5
over an M3.
100%. Oh, over an M3?
That's what I was asking. Right? Because again, when you buy these cars, it's like, what are you going to use them for? Obviously, you're looking at daily drive an M5. Or
I would track an M5
over the M3.
Probably.
I feel like now, yeah, I probably would too, just because they're more and more similar and they're more boaty than ever. But
they're both good. They're both really good cars to drive.
Yeah.
They both offer carbon ceramic brakes, so why not? Yeah, I wouldn't
get carbon ceramics.
If I were to plan on tracking it, I would.
I wouldn't track it that hard though. I know me. I'm not going to be able to track every weekend.
Oh, they're very, very, very much worth it.
You think so?
I have smoked my steel brakes.
Okay. Well, in that case, maybe.
I've gone out after a session. Not even the final. Actually, it was the final session.
Your brakes hot, like warm or burning?
You could see the steam or the smoke coming off of them.
Damn.
Like it was just pluming out. Like I didn't get it on video yet because I was like, whoa. And then by the time I was like, hey, I should get this on video, I walked to the car, opened it, and came outside. It was already like gone. But it was like, and that was when I glazed them over. Like my brakes were running at like 30% capacity for like a good 2 weeks until I like wore down the glazing to actually like bite.
Oh my god, that's crazy. That's gotta be sketch.
No, that's fine. I'm getting new ones anyway, so it doesn't matter.
Okay. I mean, I got a question.
Well, that was also like months ago.
Oh, okay. So I got a dumb question just because I'm wondering if you know about this. So obviously, people know when you have hot brake pads, don't wash them; it'll mess up and then warp them up possibly.
Oh, it would crack them instantly.
I can crack rotors, yeah.
Oh yeah.
So to get rid of glazing, would you pressure wash your cold rotors, see if you can get that off, or is it like you have to just let the brakes run?
Um, just let them run.
Oh, okay.
The best and the safest and the quickest thing to do is just get them
Resurface?
resurfaced, so just like grind
Refinish?
them
Yeah.
down. Yeah, refinished. That's the easiest and the quickest way to do it.
Mm.
Or risk it kind of like I did and just drive on it and just brake gingerly until it like just wears off.
Yeah. Or you could, I mean, if you had the money, the time, and the patience, you could honestly just do a brake swap and just do a full rotor, like you do for your track only rotors, track only pads.
I would do that if they made aftermarket discs and
Uh,
rotors and pads for my car.
that will worth the performance upgrade.
That is if they made any aftermarket rotors and pads for my car. I have
Yeah.
yet to find aftermarket rotors and pads for my car.
Well,
I want to
eventually,
say
when
I
people
found.
crash these. Go ahead. What were you
I
saying?
want to say I found aftermarket pads, but they're only for race pads, EBC like race pads. And I want to say I think I found rotors, but none are available in the United States yet.
Yes. I mean, again, let's see. Obviously, COVID's probably slowing down like people's rollout plans to get products into the states,
Yeah.
and we'll have to see, especially like with tariffs and trade and all that shit going on. That's all political, whatever.
I
We can
would
get to that later.
I would want to get some slotted rotors with some yellow stuff brake pads. That's
Yeah.
my setup right there.
That'd be nice. I could even get yellow stuff on my car, but I don't think I need it. So it's like,
I think I'm gonna get some red stuffs for my Expedition.
oh, it's heavier.
And then for my Mini, I'll probably do yellow stuffs with the Brembo calipers and rotors.
Yeah. I just want to kind of sidetrack. So what's this? I mean, I kind of heard about Calvin Harris selling his catalog.
Yeah, I didn't really pay that much attention to it because I know you were gonna be on. And I was like, I saw this, I was like, what? So what?
So
Did he like? Is he selling his license to it?
his publishing, pretty much, his pub deal.
Okay.
So when you
So
sell,
does
when you
he
sell a
still-
catalog, let's get started. Imagine, I'm an artist, right? And I sign a record deal to this is like a traditional record deal, not like an EDM or not like a single record deal.
Okay.
So it's like I sign a record deal to do 6 albums, right? Under a certain label, they will front like upfront costs, and then the label will take a percentage of whatever the album sells. So say it's like on the first album, they'll front me like say $50,000, just for me to spend on my own, for me to spend on myself to survive while I'm making this album. And then I'll create the product, send it to them. They'll approve it. Once they approve it, then they'll start marketing it, and they'll also publish it and like do all the stuff that helps get the song out there.
Yeah.
So for all of those different services, there are fees and percentages accordingly, right? And also then you have royalties.
Yeah.
So royalties go directly to the artist, and for the most part, most record deals involve you kind of signing away everything that you have, so that someone else can make a profit off of it,
Okay.
right? And a big fight that musicians have is to get their masters, to get their original recordings back in their own possession. So it's their own legal entities, because once you put a song out, it becomes an entity. So I guess Calvin Harris, obviously it's not his real name, but we'll call him Calvin Harris. He will, I guess he has the rights to his music now, and it looks like he sold it to someone else now, so he can make money off of it.
Okay.
I think maybe the way it worked is that like they probably obviously offered him a good amount of money, and then there's some really good splits on it, so that he'll probably make more money off of that initial investment by the other brand.
Mm-hmm.
And then he can just keep making money from it, because he's made some giant tracks. We Found Love, both the Rihanna collabs did huge numbers. The Frank Ocean collab, all those. So you're just kind of wondering about that, huh?
So so he sold it for 100 million, which is it's a lot, but not a lot.
That's a lot for in the music world. That's a lot.
But you said he's still gonna get some from it. I thought once he sells it, he loses like. Does he like lose all of his rights to it?
Well, that would make no sense for him to sell away his music for 100 million and lose all of his rights to it. he probably still has a small percentage so that he still makes money off the streams. So because it doesn't make any sense for someone to have something and sell it all the way,
Yeah.
right? Because then at that point, if his song like if his songs start gaining traction again or something, he doesn't make any money off of that. Whether it be through TikTok, because you know how TikTok works. They can like pull an old song and make it big, or pull a tiny song that no one knows about and make it big,
Yep.
or just any other social media, or if any other meme comes through,
Or
if he
someone
makes
uses it for a commercial or something.
something like that. Yeah. But I feel like the reason that he also did that to do his asset management in that sense is to help him get those placements.
Okay.
Right, because Calvin Harris is an established name, and he can obviously he can get into any room he wants to. Apple sent him products. He says they sent him the new Mac Pro like 2 months early. Like he has those connections, and he has all that infrastructure. But for him to get his music onto the next level, which is already on, but to further it, he's obviously signed his publisher or signed his catalog off to someone else, so they can help him out. And like it's just a good investment over time.
Okay.
I don't think Calvin Harris has kids either, because a lot of people want they want to have their masters so their kids can make money and their estate can make money off of it after they retire, after they die, so it becomes generational wealth. I don't think Calvin Harris has kids, so he's not concerned about that.
Yeah, no, I didn't realize how long he was in it. It says 20-year career. So I thought he was young. I thought he was maybe 30?
He looks young. He doesn't age a day, but I'm pretty sure that's because he's only 36. 36 is not old.
Okay, I thought it was maybe like high 20s, low 30s.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, exactly. Like there's.
Oh yeah, 20 years. You started probably when you were young too, so that doesn't really make a difference, I guess, anymore.
I mean, well, yeah, but it's a different time now. We got 11-year-olds going on Ableton making music, but
Yeah.
but aside from that, it's like, for him, his he was like decently big in the EDM world when he first started, and then when he got We Found Love, and when he got those really big records, and when he dropped his album in like 2012, I think, like when his type of EDM was at its peak.
Yeah.
It's like then he just went straight up, and he had like so many big tracks, like I Need Your Love, Sweet Nothing. There's a lot of big tracks. You probably heard them. You don't know what I'm saying.
No, I'm trying to remember the one that I remember.
It's like do 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 do. There's another one. There's a bunch.
No, we're just got copyright.
Bounce,
Okay,
Cuba,
good job.
Feel so close, Summer.
Yeah, that's what it is.
All those tracks, those were all Calvin Harris tracks, and that
Yep.
means he's making huge money. He's like the Taylor Swift of EDM, in my opinion, because Taylor Swift is huge and she sells out everything.
Yeah.
Right. So, just based on that, and the thing is, he's the only production credit on all these songs. So he's not sharing his splits. He's produced pretty much everything, and he's a legend. Like he's like an unstated legend because he's quiet on the internet. But yeah.
Okay.
That's our little music update, I guess.
Yeah.
But, I mean, yeah, but that's obviously a big deal. Like, it's just for his personal finances and everything.
Yep. Just like getting, well, a really good large sum to begin with. I don't know how tax works on that, so he might get. Let's just be kind. Maybe he'll get $75 million. If he invests it, he'll be fine. But
I don't know where he's based out of anymore. I don't know if he lives in LA, if he lives in Scotland still. But whatever it is.
See.
I mean, wherever he lives, like that's not really like I don't really care.
Yeah.
But for someone of Calvin Harris's stature to like be able to collaborate with anybody and to continue to be relevant in the music industry for years upon years upon years, his catalog speaks for itself. He's going to make money. He's going to make money whether he keeps his stuff or whether he sells it. So he should just sell it and let them do a lot more. But yeah. I mean, we'll see.
Okay.
What else is going on? Let's see.
You put up something about the NSX.
Yeah, so that's the like accurate NSX restoration program, and I remember I sent this a little while ago, but this is like a that was like a rumor at the time.
The
And the reason I sent it was because obviously we know the Rub Doctor and his crazy I would say it's overbuilt, but it's extremely heavily built, like no expense spared almost. it's like, would you rather do that, or would you rather have an OEM refinishing of your car?
I was thinking about that. It depends on the car.
Yeah.
I to put into like terms with my car.
Which one?
In my 2019 3 Series, it's gonna get old.
Hmm.
It's already 2020. That car's already dated a little bit, technology wise. It doesn't have all the fancy updates.
Yeah.
But eventually it'll go the way of the last Gen 3 Series, the F30, then the E90, then the E46, then the E36, maybe even E30 status. I don't know what those cars were like new. I know what the F30 was like new and the G20 was like new. I personally, stock for stock, feel the F30 was better. But with my modifications to my G20, it's better.
Yeah.
So in 20 years, would I want to go back to what it felt like stock when it wasn't amazing versus how good it is now? I think I would take how it is now with my simple modifications. Nothing crazy. Coilover and spacers made the world of difference to
See,
handling.
but that's like that's like an upgrade, right? This is more or less
What
a
what
restoration.
but what Anthony did is an upgrade too.
He did an up, but that's just like yeah, obviously, but what Anthony did was like an
But
upgrade.
what is an upgrade versus a restoration? Is mine an upgrade now because it's a new car, or would it be an upgrade back then? Like if I were to do the same thing to an older car, like a 2005 5 Series. If I did coils and spacers, is that an upgrade or is that a restoration?
Upgrade, in my opinion. Reason being, because you can, I mean, for the most part, you can always get those parts if those parts fail. If
Yeah.
those parts are getting old. If your car's been sitting in a barn for 20 years, you forgot you even had it.
Yeah. But would it be a restoration if it's like worn out, or would it be an upgrade if it was like the current one was worn out and you just replaced it with again OEM spec stuff? Or
That's
is
a
that
restoration. That's a
Or is-
restoration to me. Because an
That's a
upgrade would be
restoration.
taking new technology and throwing new parts in it, right? For the most part, I'm pretty sure some of these NSX drivers might want to keep a lot of that retro feel in that car. So they're gonna want to have the old school gauges, old school door handles. They're not gonna
Oh,
want
I
to
don't care about that. That's technology based stuff. This is simple suspension.
Okay,
Spin
yeah,
around.
okay. Let's look at suspension. Then you're right. Yeah.
Yeah. That is an upgrade. If you're going from digital to or from analog to digital.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like Anthony, in his picture he posted the other day, it had an interior shot. He had an upgrade because he had a digital infotainment touchscreen system.
Yeah.
Not the old fashioned cassette deck system.
Yeah. Exactly.
That's an upgrade.
Yeah.
But restoration, so the only way to restore like suspension then from a 2005 would be to get 2005 suspension, then it's not as good. That's just a maintenance thing.
I think it depends what they're gonna do, right? I really do, because again, it's like to that same point. Imagine if you were to take apart the engine, all right?
Yep.
Because the engine all they say is 23K. So are you gonna like try to find like a new rubber compound for the rubber in the engine for the gaskets, or are you just gonna use the regular gaskets? Like that's a very specific small item. But same thing for the pistons.
I would say
And the rods.
that's an upgrade, but it's not an upgrade. That is just a
Restoration.
higher end maintenance problem.
Yeah, probably.
Like I could get. So is using like synthetic oil in your car an upgrade versus conventional oil? That's just it. No, you're just using synthetic because it's a little bit better for the car. It lasts a little bit longer.
I mean, I just don't know like what I feel like it'd be a cool option for the people that have no idea how to mod a car. That's what the only people I see it for. And let me finish that idea before you go in. It's just that like there are probably some people that buy these NSXs or buy these Miatas that like they just bought the car and they just enjoy the car. Like even older people, people that bought these cars when they were younger haven't had the time to drive them or haven't had the desire to drive them or whatever it is. And they're like, okay, well I don't really know how to maintain this car. It only goes to the dealership. I don't even know how to check my tire pressure because people don't know how to do that. But I want to make this car feel like it used to feel. So I'm just gonna take it to Acura and be like, hey, you guys want to do this for me?
That is a very, very niche set of people. People that don't know how to do that stuff wants a new car because it just works. They don't want to spend the time, the effort, and the money to restore a car. I've talked to a person, and his logic is, why would I want that? Cars are meant to be replaced.
Yeah. Again,
People that want to restore their cars keep them for the long haul because they are enthused about that specific model or about that specific thing.
yeah. They have
I
a
like
sentimental
yeah.
value. You can't put a price on it.
I like how I don't know what they're doing. Uh, an
They are
OEM
doing.
restoration.
Let me do some quotes real quick. So, a full exterior polishing, body detail cleaning, wheelhouse chip and coat, cowl top assembly, and wipers will set you back 2,500.
So basically, that's just a detail. Actually, sounds
That's a
like.
detail. A fuel system replacement is 3,200. An engine overhaul is 23,000. Clutches and clutch parts range from 4,000 to 8,500. So this is why I think this is kind of dumb. Um, the
I would
NSX,
rather
how
do
old is it?
aftermarket for all of those because
I
you're
same.
gonna find better aftermarket products.
You can probably find better people to paint it, even if
Yeah,
you want to repaint it and not
yeah.
deal with that. You could probably get an engine built again. Where you take it is up to you.
Yep.
Clutches, you can get better clutches. You can get lots of better aftermarket parts that they aren't. They're not like parts that aren't are incompatible with each other, right?
Yeah.
Like Subaru's big. My biggest complaint about Subaru, um, a lot of their upgrades and a lot of the upgrades that people have for those cars, none of them they don't really click together like this. Like if you do one upgrade, you can't do this upgrade. You have to modify this one upgrade to do another upgrade. It doesn't go together really well,
Okay.
right? A lot of the upgrades that these NSXs have, a lot of them kind of work together, in
Well,
my
because it's a
opinion.
Honda underneath, so it's you're gonna be able to find parts out there regardless.
Yeah,
The door
yeah.
handle on that's probably from a '92
Integra,
Civic,
yeah, or something like that. Yeah.
and those parts are readily available. Because I know
Hmm.
Nissan did something like that for the old Skylines, where I think they're even restarting to manufacture some engine components, which I applaud them for that because older cars trying to find not abused components
Hmm.
is very
Or fresh components, because a
yeah
lot of people just grab things off another parked car,
yeah.
right? Like it's obviously more expensive to go through the dealer, even to go and find it from the manufacturer to get a certain part.
And even if they have it, like I was looking for, I was curious to try to find a headlight for my grandparents' 7 Series. Um,
E38 or what? The
sure.
the
I don't
Romano
know 7
special?
Series code names. It was
Okay. 95, 97, 98, 99.
let's do like 95.
Okay, so probably an E38. Anyways, yeah. What is it?
I went to our parts counter, gave him the VIN,
Hmm.
and there was, I want to say, 2 in the entire world in their inventory.
Seriously?
Yep.
Oh my god.
2. Not even an old car. It's an old car, but not an old car.
But it's supply and demand, right? I feel like it'd be if it 7 Series people the 7 Series for sure. No one's keeping a 7 Series like that.
Some people do.
Some people do, but again, it's small. It's a very that's a very
Yeah.
niche community.
So you
like
have
said
to
earlier.
aftermarket. You have to go Hella or somewhere else
Yeah, you have to spend just a lot of money on it, or just say
because
goodbye.
they had a flaw. They used halogen lights through a projector housing through glass, like they're legit glass,
Yeah,
like housings. They get hot because the light's focused on the glass. Water hits it by rain or running through a car wash will crack it.
Yeah.
That's why they're all cracked.
And so just because of that, it's like, what do you do? You can't do anything with it. It's
Yeah.
just
But
yeah. I
jumping
mean,
back like to a personal car, like if I had all the money in the world, my Expedition, I'd want a full factory overhaul, like it just came off the truck. I wouldn't want them to do some things, like I wouldn't want them to fix my dents. I wouldn't want them to do interior, but I want a repaint. I want overhaul the engine, like replace all the gaskets. I want like basically as good as a brand new engine can be, basically a rebuild. That's what I'd want, but I wouldn't want. But like if they wanted to upgrade it, like suspension, let's do a little bit nicer suspension. The Ford
lift it.
Motorcraft is probably really good. It's a really good balance of price to performance. But
That's the
if I have the money,
that's
I'd rather
subjective.
do the Bilstein, which is a little bit more price but a little bit more performance.
Yeah. Again, to each their own, and it's like, what do you want out of your car?
Yeah.
Would I, if Toyota did like a program for me to like get my IS like all, I mean, my IS isn't even that old, but like if it was like older, if it was like a really old car, I would probably they'll probably decline it because I don't think I think I could probably build or put in better components than what they already have.
Mm-hmm.
Like Lexus actually has something called L tuned, which was like a, they were a bit more performance oriented. They didn't they I think they had like some performance springs, bigger sway bars, different bumpers. It was kind of like an M Sport package in a way, but for the first gen IS. And those cars, unmolested with a manual, go for a lot of money. It's like I don't think if I were to take my normal sport design IS and then try to get that package put on it, or like have that package retrofitted by Lexus, and like that wouldn't increase the value of it because
Yeah,
the
no.
original is always going to be worth more.
Yep.
I mean, but yeah, I guess we'll
But I
see where.
could see if like an OEM, if they did it to their cars, I could see it go up in value a little bit. Because I know that happened with Aston Martin
Oh yeah.
with the Vantage.
Mm-hmm.
You could have your 7-speed transmission converted to a 6-speed manual
Oh yeah.
at the
That's a big one.
factory, and they actually went up in value
That makes sense. Yeah.
from to $50,000.
Just because the transmission's better and it actually doesn't die on you.
Yeah, but also because the manufacturer did it with manufacturer OEM specific design at the factory.
Uh,
It's not even a high end shop. Like if Gas did it, or if someone else that does automotive stuff, if they were to do it, it would be good, but it wouldn't be. It's done by Jaguar, or it's done by Land Rover, or it's done by
Yeah,
Aston, or it's
that's
done
right.
by BMW or Acura
Mhm.
or Nissan. It's done by those people.
Yeah.
It's a third party entity doing it.
Hmm. So now that brings me to my other question. I kind of know your answer already, but I just want to talk about it. Pick one car to bring back into production for 5 years. Which one and why? And what changes would you make?
I think you picked that because I was watching a video of some guy doing this. The Lexus LFA. Oh,
Mm-hmm.
Jesus.
That was my guess.
I watched that video. Why is this?
Wait, with the video of what? What'd the guy do?
He redesigned the LFA to use the modern Lexus styling.
Oh yeah, I think I might have heard of that somewhere.
Well, I don't have a Facebook. Why are you okay? Um,
But I was
when
asking
he
you.
did
what
the
changed.
original design, I hated it, and I still don't like it, but I don't mind it anymore.
Where's the
Um,
video?
Sketch Monkey, the Sketch Monkey. He did the
Okay.
LFA. It's the link in the chat. It's the
Okay.
Facebook one.
Cool.
Um,
Okay, I see it. Let me see it. Let me take a look at this. See what he did. Just
he
skip to the
basically
end.
took the whatever their big sedan boat thing is and put it on the LFA face.
Okay, that looks like a really bad Photoshop. That looks terrible. The
Yeah,
grill
it's
doesn't
not my
the,
favorite.
the grill doesn't look proportionate to the that specific grill. If he just widened it and maybe made
He
that.
just took that grill off the current car. Like
Yeah,
that
he
that
took that
front
grill
fascia was
off an
taken off the current
IS
car.
and just slapped it on there. That doesn't look good at all to me.
No. I don't think any car company should redo one of their old cars.
Why is that?
They're gonna mess it up.
Really?
How is the current NSX going? How is the current Supra going?
Those are just namesakes. I'm talking about part for part, grabbing an old car and like we're gonna restock it. That's stupid. Yeah, but if the
Okay,
only
then you need to
upgrades,
reword that. Because he said if they could bring one car back into production. So that's
no,
not
but yeah,
name brand.
pick one car to bring back into production. I guess I didn't mean name brand because obviously we saw the Super come back, the NSX come back, and are doing well. Um,
So if they could just rebuild one of their old cars again?
Quite literally, take the old plans, put it into production, and make it work again. Yeah. And what changes would you make?
A, couldn't happen because government regulations have changed.
But ignoring that, this is for fun because we know the government's
But
going to screw us over.
if a car company brought back part for part, bolt for bolt, one of their old cars and possibly change some things to it.
So the only changes I would say are allowed are maybe interior material choices, interior like technology. So like, you know, like no more CDs.
So like Bluetooth basically.
Pretty much, yeah. Tossing in a USB-C port every once in a while. Wireless
I don't
charging.
know because there's a lot of cars I would like to see then.
But just pick one. Because, like, I figured you would do the LFA, but if the LFA were to come back as the LFA.
I wouldn't say the LFA because the LFA is timeless.
Yeah, I would agree.
I would honestly think of
I would probably redesign the headlights a little bit. And I wouldn't redesign. I would probably change, like, like, the way they did the whole shading.
nothing's wrong with that. Like
It's
like,
not wrong. I just feel...
it's simple. It's clean. It's perfect.
Yeah, but again, that's what I'm asking. What changes would you make to that car?
Oh, so I guess we're stuck on the LFA now.
Well, for you. I'll do mine after. But
I wanna say the second gen Ford Explorer.
what does that look like? I want to look at what the hell is a second gen Ford Explorer?
95 Ford Explorer.
Okay. You picked a Ford Explorer of cars in the break.
That car people hate because it basically took over the SUV market. But
It looks so stupid. It looks like a fat kid from.
it's timeless beauty. Like it's just like it's simple, it's clean, it's
That is the most hideous grill I've seen in my entire life.
oh, it's beautiful. I don't know what you're talking about.
Jesus Christ.
That car is well, I think it is because that car is what got me into cars. Without the car, I would not be here basically.
A 95 Ford Explorer.
Yes. Because we had one and it broke. And because of that, I was on Yahoo Autos looking at cars. Because I was trying to find a car to replace that.
Okay, that's kind of fair. The sentimental value.
Yes.
I kind of get that.
So I would want to bring that back to life. We had a 95 Ford Explorer XLT control track with 4-wheel drive with the 4-liter V6. And I want to say forest green with a beige interior. That's also why, to this day, I love green cars with beige interiors.
The green cars and beige interiors look good regardless, though. Like, this okay. Just imagine this. Imagine like a I've seen a British racing green M5. Imagine that with like a saddle interior.
Saddle's too brown. No, this was like a beige interior.
Oh, so like a puke beige.
No, it was like a a brown beige.
Ew. And this is coming from something that has a dove-colored, almost beigey interior. So I don't know. I never really liked the brighter interiors.
I would rather have a light color interior than a dark color interior, but I would want to bring that one back stock for stock. The only thing I would change is, well, the tires, because they had the reputation of exploder for something. Um, and just probably just like modernize the interior a little bit. Like, it was super high end for its time. Like, I have this.
Yeah, but again, like, you know, worth. Oh god, what's he gonna pull out? He's gonna pull out a bumper again. Um, but for the fans,
The car came. The car came with this, which is an owner's manual on cassette.
That's pretty cool for the time.
Like, it went over like all these features. The reason I like it is because it was a comfortable car. It was quiet. It was reliable, but yet it still had off-road capabilities, much more than these current cars do. But also, it still had the on-road comfort and drivability. It was perfect size. It was small on the outside, but like actually roomy on the inside. It had plenty of legroom, for at least what I remembered. And it was just a simple, timeless design, and it had that pinstripe along the side. But yes, bring back the '95 Explorer.
Upside down.
With
See, yeah, I kind of get that. I kind of get what you would do that.
with Bluetooth and LED lighting.
A proper head unit and headlight. Yeah, honestly, that's like okay. So like all those 2020 features, you know, and like
Yeah.
all those.
So basically, us like or push start and just like modern amenities like push start,
Yeah.
keyless entry,
Driver
remote
assistance.
engine start, LED headlights and taillights, and
Assistance, backup cameras, all that.
yeah, that stuff. But like it's a timeless beauty. Like, I still see those to this day, and they're all beat up and worn out.
Mhm.
But like looking at that picture, like their stock press picture, just sitting there in that beautiful green light with the lush background, like it's
Nice.
that's a good
I
one.
kind of get it. For me, I was thinking about this one for a while, just because there's two cars that, it's one car is for me and the other car is for the culture. So I guess I'll start with the car for me. You can probably guess it, honestly.
Your IS.
Hell no. We have plenty of the two JZs don't die regardless.
Oh, I think I can. I think I get it.
Which one is it?
E92.
E90,
And
E9X,
what?
3, E9X.
You want an E90? M3.
I'll take. We'll see what I can find when the time comes for me to buy. But
E90. You would rather have the 4 doors over the 2 doors?
here's exactly what I would do with that car. First off, I would.
First of all, why 2
Fine.
doors instead of 4 doors? Your
No, no,
dream
no.
car, as long as I've known you, has been an E92.
And let me explain why.
For
Let
2
me
doors.
explain why. Let me explain why. One,
Okay.
the rear end, in my opinion, of the E92s looked a lot cleaner. I like those big taillights. I like that style and that design. So you have to let me get my entire thing out for what I would do with this car to bring it back. First off,
Okay.
find the person that did the engine work on the bearing clearances and send him to the gulag. Second,
So we are demonetized again?
yep, send him to the gulag. Second, I would find the guy that did the cooling system, also fire him, and send him to the gulag. I would get someone to redo those, re-engineer those parts, and pretty much not do a built motor, but do fix those very common issues with that specific motor, and also apply this to the S85 if they would bring that back. Let's stick with the S65 for now. I would do that, and then I would to save production costs, I would homogenize the rear end of the E92 onto the E90 and make a 4-door and a 2-door look very similar. In a
Okay,
way.
now you're just redesigning this entire car.
what changes?
Mine was just basically bring the car back and add Bluetooth.
Again,
Yours is let's rebuild the engine and the subframe and the rear end of the car.
not but to an extent. I'm not like I'm not saying a full redesign. I'm just saying take the bumpers and the lights and the trunk of that rear car, that old car, put on the new one.
They're the same car. What are you? Why would you do that?
Because look, the rear ends are not
The
the
E90
same.
that you're probably thinking of was pre LCI.
No, even the post LCI one, the tail lights just don't look the same. Just look up an E90 versus E92 right now.
I'm looking at an E90 pre LCI and an E90 post LCI. They're basically the same.
From the front, yes, but from the
No,
back,
I'm
they
looking
look
at the
different.
butt. Right here versus this one right there versus E92. Okay, the E90 they're flipped basically.
Right.
The
So
E90 kind of kinks up, but the E92 kinks down.
yeah, I like the kink down more.
I think the kink up is more BMW because that's the signature L design.
Yeah, I'll give you that. I'll give you that. So that's just what I would do with the car. Obviously, I'd fix all the major engine issues. Toss out the cooling system, throw something else in there.
Air cooled.
You know that car couldn't handle it. The car already gets too hot at the track, and I would.
Uh-oh. Actually, mine doesn't.
How do you fix torque?
Turbos.
You can't do an optional turbocharger. You kind of just got to go with turbos if you're gonna do turbos
Supercharge it then.
from the factory.
Why
No,
not?
no. Sure, we'll supercharge it then.
So basically, you're building an entire new car, and I just added Bluetooth.
Yeah. Oh, that's not all. I'm also the interior can stay the same for the most part. Just new iDrive, get rid of the hump. Again, this is what changes I would make to it. I would pull the car into 2020 and remix it, but I wouldn't just I wouldn't change like a clap and a snare and be like remix. No, I would like do my twist on it.
That's so it's not
Okay,
a
fine.
car back.
Fine. The car that I would bring back for the culture, E36 M3.
Why 36?
You know it's not my favorite car. You know it's not my favorite of the M3s. The reason I would bring that one back is because that car is what I feel like describes the old analog BMW before quality control, just reliability went downhill to E46 in my opinion.
The E46 is still the better of the two. I don't like how it drove. I drove another one recently. It was in a good condition one. It was my manager's. I did not like his gearbox. I did not like his clutch. I don't know if it was just that specific car or if that's all of them. It just felt super notchy. Like, I didn't know what gear I was in. Like,
Was it stock?
100% stock.
Okay.
At least to my knowledge.
To me,
100%
I mean,
stock.
maybe this is just me, but I felt
Either that or it could have a brand new clutch and it just like super grabby. But like, went to the gas station, went to change gears. I wasn't driving hard either. I was like just shifting at, I want to say 3 or 4,000.
Yeah.
And like it was just jerking back and forth. I was like, what am I doing wrong?
Maybe you just suck at driving manual. Not playing. You're probably better than me, obviously.
Who has a manual here?
That's true. Anyways.
But like I don't know. Like I felt like I had to shift higher.
Yeah, it's not as torquey of a car.
But like my Mini isn't, and I can shift at probably 2 if I wanted to.
It might just. I mean,
It might have just been that was the first time I driven that car. It's a very heavy clutch too, so it could just be, like I said, it could be a performance clutch for all I know.
Yeah. The thing is, for me, like every car there's only one car that's been a notoriously bad gearbox, and that was Giordano's M6.
I can drive that one. I don't know about you.
I can't.
Because that one I was actually able to because he warned me. He like forewarned me, so I was able to like slip it enough to like it got moving, and then I can go.
No, no, I can drive it. Getting it in gear. That's the hard part for me. I don't know
No,
if
that
it
one,
was.
if I remember correctly, that was fine because I remember the clutch is like, is like a stage 2 or stage 3 clutch.
Yeah. No, the clutch work was fine. I was able to handle the clutch. It was just
Mm-hmm.
getting it into that first gear. I don't know if it was like there's a lockout or something. I don't know what the hell was up with it.
I found out I have a lockout on my Mini. I was trying to go from third to reverse, and it wouldn't let me.
Nice.
I was like,
Well, I'm
oh.
glad you didn't, because if you did, that would have been expensive.
Well, I was cruising down my street going like 15 miles an hour, and I was in third because I was trying to save fuel. And then I like clutch
Trust I
in.
feel. Let me go into race gear.
I was like, okay, clutch in. I'm in front of my house, and I was like, boom, trying to go into reverse to like so I could back in my driveway, and it wasn't
Yep.
going, and it had like basically the car had like physically stop, and then I was able to go into reverse, and then I was able to back in.
Although, just think about that. It's like imagine you're rolling up to a parking spot, and then you throw your clutch in, put it in reverse, and then just kind of wait, slow down once you get to your parking spot, and then just let the clutch out. You're in reverse already, and just start backing in.
That's what I was gonna try to do, but it didn't let me, and it was like, nope, stop. Okay, there we go.
Because it knows that if you accidentally let go of the clutch, then you're gonna fry something or destroy it.
So that's why I have a manual car.
So I can do that.
Yeah.
I want to do that. I want the power.
Yeah.
But
no, yeah,
the reason I bring back the E36 is because to me that was the most analog. That's like the best the European version. I'll bring the European version to the US.
Yeah.
I would do that. Obviously, interior can kind of stay the way it is. Probably just add some, get rid of the CD player, add a screen, touch screen.
So basically, Bluetooth.
Sure, Bluetooth, CarPlay, just an infotainment system, and no, I wouldn't add the power options. Like I wouldn't add like sports. So I would add the modes. No modes. Because I think modes require more electronics, and I don't want more electronics.
What engines were they? Are they 3.2 liters?
No, 3.2 liters. Those are the E46s. I think the E36 was a different engine. E36. I don't know. Don't quote me on that. But
Engine.
yeah, engine.
It
had a
3
Oh,
to
so it had-
3.2.
So I'm assuming 3.2 was in the other model.
The Euro.
Euro model.
So yeah,
So-
bring that one over. I do like this car specifically because I like the lightweight.
Yeah.
I didn't know it at the time, but I saw a lightweight at one point.
Really?
I was out with my dad, and I was probably in the 6th grade, 7th grade maybe.
And you just realized you saw it?
I remember seeing an older white BMW with those checkered stripes on there. I was like, oh, someone had fun with their car. It was some older guy. We were at Alice's restaurant, so on Skyline.
Yeah.
And I remember seeing that one. I was like, oh, okay, cool. I was like, oh, so that's kind of cool stripes they did to their car. Like, that's like kind of neat. It was an older guy, so I was surprised that he would put stickers on his car. But then 7-8 years later, I learned about it. I was like, oh, that's a rare car. Like,
That might have been. I mean, for some people might just throw the stripes on. Like people throw SV stripes on there.
no, those are I tried doing that to my 3 Series. Those are a pain to stick on.
Some people might do it. You never know, man.
Yeah, but I was like, whoa, because I was like, that looked cool. I'm like, that's a rare car.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think they're just lightweight, basically.
Yeah, E36 is quite. They're just lightweight.
Yeah, because they probably took out like a spare tire or something.
Yeah. I do like. I mean, I like the special edition cars. The M3 CSL could have been perfect, but I know AC's heavy. I want AC.
What they should have done on the last gen M3, M4 GTS. I've said it before, I'll say it again. M3 with the M4, what is it, CSL?
CS.
No, the GTS wing, M5 V8 and X-Drive system. Done.
I could see it.
It's basically a Jaguar, whatever it is, Project 8 with the 600 horsepower and like a 3 Series like body. Like it's
So it would just be an M5 killer at that point because it'd probably be smaller and lighter.
Well, they could detune it if they wanted to.
Yeah, they probably would. I mean,
So
but
instead of pushing 600 horsepower, push out 500.
yeah,
Just
and then
just
just
lower boost.
let the modder community do the rest.
Yeah,
Just bring it back up.
yeah.
Like I'm pretty sure everyone with an S55 M2 is like going directly to get an M3 or like a performance tune for it and
Oh yeah,
pushing
yeah.
it. Yeah,
And
it's like
people, I was just watching someone who took their new M5 and was getting 1,000 horsepower out of it because they just did new forged, uh, I think no, crankshaft.
cranks.
I want to say the piston's already forged, and then valves or something like that, and then just retuned it
Probably.
and also running meth,
Meth, infinite meth, my favorite.
and it was getting about 1,000 horsepower.
Is meth easy to like maintain?
No
I mean,
idea.
obviously,
I've never had it.
never had it. I have to ask because I feel like meth would be a cool like mod to have, but it's like if you run out of meth, then you have to obviously fill it up again. But like, will it mess anything up?
Probably.
Oh, we'll do research on that if I ever want to do meth on a car, or just do
Nah.
meth in general.
No, and for my 3 Series, I'm not doing anything crazy performance. I want to do a Ram Air Scoop. Like on like on M cars, like behind the kidney grills, they have just those like scoops. So it's like to funnel air in.
Oh yeah, yeah.
I want to do one of those. Probably like I was thinking just like cutting up like a plastic bottle and just kind of like zip tying it in there. So it like funnels it into that little vent. I want to do an air intake, but I have yet to find an air intake that's affordable.
Yeah.
I don't want to spend $600 on an air intake. I
So
think that was the cheapest one I found. I think there's one that's out for pre-order that's about 350. I might look into that one.
You could, you definitely could. My question is, after you do your intake, you didn't get your car actually pro tuned?
No,
Why not?
I don't need to.
You don't think so?
I am not looking for high numbers. I
It's
just
not
wanted a
high
little bit more.
numbers. Wouldn't you want it like optimized, like everything to be set
The
for your
car
car?
learns itself.
Oh, in that case,
The
go
car
for it.
learns its sensors. Like, if you were to flash a car, and then after about 100 miles of driving it, the car feels different.
Really?
Very slightly, but it feels different. Like, it's just relearning stuff, like transmission mapping, stuff like that.
Yeah, same even for my car. Like I remember, like first time I got back into it, like I hadn't driven it in like a week and a half, and it kind of like in a week and a half isn't a short amount of time, but it's like it felt more touchy because I guess it was used to like me doing a lot more pulls, me shifting higher, not shifting, but me shifting gears, the computer shifting gears higher. It was used to that, so it was just it's just one of those weird things. But we'll see.
Yeah. But yeah, no, I'm not doing anything crazy on there. It's just a reliable daily driver, while my other cars are broken.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I'm always kind of thinking about where I want to take my builds, but I think that's the fun part. You kind of get to decide.
Mhm.
Like, obviously, I do want to. I'm still gonna do coilovers for it. I just want to do that. That's gonna be like my, I feel like this would be a good car to beat up if I mess up on coilovers with, and then whatever I get next, I can like take good
Are you
time.
doing good coilovers, or are you doing the eBay special?
I'm doing BCs,
Okay.
so it's like good enough, but not like super crazy great.
Yeah. They're not the crazy expensive ones like
Well,
I do.
because I don't need like super performance.
Why do you want to do coilovers? Why don't you just do lowering springs?
I want to be able to get a really good fitment. Lowering springs, there's still like some gap that I don't want to have. I want to do it in manual fitment pretty much on his Z36.
His was
He
his
has
tucking?
he has Megan Racing.
Was he tucking though?
He was like perfectly flush, and I think he was slightly tucking. He was like I don't think he was rubbing at all. Like his coilovers were like perfectly done to the point where he was sitting.
Well, he also had work done
What do you mean?
by the rub doctor.
Yeah, I'd get that done too.
My fitment's
No,
actually
because
pretty
like
good right now.
if you saw my fenders, like you would realize that no matter if I go that low, I have to roll my fenders because they are right angles. So I need them to curl in.
Okay.
But yeah, I'm hoping maybe this holiday season I can get it done. But we'll
That's what
see.
I'm doing. That I'm hoping to get order my wheels. I already talked to my guy. Hopefully order them late next month.
Yeah.
I want them before my next track day.
Yeah,
I'll be tracking my
I just want
brand
my
new
coilovers,
20s.
and then I'm gonna order steering rack bushings later, maybe this week I think, because I noticed those are going out last time, so just gonna get those done.
Yeah.
And then just maybe probably take my car into the Lexus and get them to look over it again. Like, well, you have a giant dent in your hood. I know it's not going away. I'm not gonna get rid of it. It's a nice story. It's funny. Was it yesterday? Yesterday might have been the 3-year anniversary of that.
Nice.
Yeah, it's funny. I was looking through the stories, like, oh, that was.
No, I want to get my wheels by my next track day, so I'll be tracking.
Oh no, it was today.
Oh, for show.
For show.
But no, yeah, I'll be tracking my 20s at Laguna. So that's gonna be fun.
You're getting 20s,
They only come in 20s in my bolt pattern.
bruh.
They make 19s, but they only come in 20s in my bolt pattern.
Can't you like get like a spacer that lets you use the other bolt pattern?
That's what I was thinking, but I think that would be way too big. But no, the M Performance wheels that BMW offers for the G20s are 20s.
Do you have how big? How big are your tires gonna be? Like, what's your aspect ratio?
Uh,
Are you at least doing 40?
I think it's 35.
Oh god, have fun with your ride quality.
I have run flat, so it's probably just gonna be better.
Yeah, we'll see. We'll see. But yeah, I mean, I think as far as I think we got a good amount of content so we can put out. I don't really know what else we can talk about. And honestly, now I'm like intrigued. I want to kind of find out, you know, how much I'm gonna have to save up and put away for these coilovers. Because I don't want to clear my bank accounts for them. Obviously, I want to have a good amount of money in them before I do any spending.
Yeah. Okay.
I can go buy them right now, but I don't want to.
Uh,
It's just like really bad. Like I got other stuff I gotta buy.
Shop BMW USA. I'm pretty sure they're the same as these. Browse. Select your BMW 2019 330 shop accessories. Jesus, 5,000.
Should I just buy cheap coilovers? Nah, that's a terrible idea. We had this conversation already.
Yeah.
If I bought cheap coilovers, I'd die.
Are they those? Okay, no, I think it's 225 35 R20s.
That's thin. 225s?
Yeah.
Bro, I'm gonna run 235s on my car once I get reels done.
Or something like that. I don't what, because tires are in metric, but wheels are in imperial, so it's annoying.
Yeah, oh yeah, millimeters and all that. I don't know. I just don't want to run 215s anymore. Because I feel like those are kind of too small for this car. At least 225s.
Can you do my math?
No. What is it?
I need to find out how to do this first. Click here to buy. BMW 3 search. Get quote. Oh no. Store. There we go. Shop.
Should I just buy the coilovers?
G20. These. Oh wait, no, it's 245.
Okay, that's not bad.
245 30 R20.
30?
Yeah,
That's gonna be a thin ass tire.
245. Well, because that's the aspect ratio of the tires.
So it's still, yeah, I guess.
It's 30% of the sidewall
Right.
or something like that.
That's still gonna be really small.
Wait a minute. Whoa, 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 whoa.
You can go like 315, 30, 20, and that'll be fine because it's gonna be a 20. It's gonna be 20% or 30% of 315.
They only come in that one.
Well, I guess that's what you're going with then.
20 by 9.
Oh, I don't know. Well, I can't imagine it because every tire is different. Every tire works differently, so let's see.
Tire rack. Can you search on tire rack by wheel diameter?
Yes, you can. Do you wanna, dude? Should we like end the podcast before we go on?
Okay, sure. Yeah, let's end the podcast. Sorry,
I feel
everyone.
like-
I'm just like looking. I'm just right now shopping with money I don't have anymore.
Happy holidays, everybody. There are 59 days till Christmas.
Woo! So how many days until 2021?
Yeah, where we can continue on with our lives, hopefully.
No, 2020 is just the prequel for 2021. Get ready.
2021's about to be so bad, bro.
Get ready. You're gonna look back on 2020 like, the good old times.
Yeah, like the first 3 months were pretty good, but
That was good.
we'll see, man.
See you, everyone. Good night.
Thank you guys.
Drive safe.
Have a
Have
good
fun.
one.